Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Ogre Let's Play. Sorry for the break between episodes. I was actually waiting on a mic to get upgraded, so hopefully it sounds better than the one I was using. I went ahead and upgraded some unit suggestions that we had from last week. We've got the Nobbler Trappers. We can actually still rename them. I thought I renamed it, I just didn't save. So we got a suggestion to rename the Nobbler Trappers to the Regal Squad. No, that was a suggestion for a friend who's played D&D with. We played a goblin, so that's why he wanted to have me rename that. Then we got another comment named Cats Aslan. We'll go ahead and do that. And then, the best of all, the name of the hero butcher that we got last session that will strike fear across the hearts of men all over the old world is Dan. I don't know if there's a last name. The Ogre. So thank you, Dan. If you want to be named too, there's still plenty of units to be named. Just leave a comment below in the first part, and I'd be happy to add you. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and launch this battle. We got this mission to take over this city at the end of last session, so we're going to continue to our siege it. Let's go ahead and fight the battle. Now, the big thing about these minor settlement battles is you want to go around and capture these small supply locations. Those give the defender building points to make it difficult for you to advance, so we're going to try to take that. Also, they can hold the middle point led by the horn, and that'll stop us from kind of controlling the main point that we're trying to do. So the other ones are like side objectives. We'll channel the magic again. It's only a 10, it's about average, so we'll see what we get. Alright, slightly higher. Now, the big thing to keep in mind with siege battles are we actually really want to be super mobile, especially against the dwarves. So we want to hit them from all the 4 locations and not really give them too much time to really be able to figure out what's going on. So I'm going to put some nobblers over there. For this point, I'm going to go ahead and put, let's see, we'll put Dan and Regal and a unit of Gorgers, just in case he needs some more muscle. Over here, we'll put a couple more Gorgers and Aslan. Just kind of splitting my army up into thirds. No real method in my madness. We're going to have the Legendary Lord Scrag. That's him. Yep. And we'll go ahead and put him with the brunt of the force. Once we're all lined up, we'll start the battle. So the AI will have a chance to kind of counter deploy. Thankfully, they just have so few units, so we're actually going to have all of these. We'll actually put their lord here. We're going to actually have all the goblins charged there. They'll kind of battle the lord. They're probably not going to win that fight. And see, the AIs had to pull from their already slim reserves to try to fight us. They had to leave that open. And this is the very light defended, just some miners, so we can just run up there. So again, I'm using the control groups. I'm going to band these units together in control 2. And we're going to go ahead and move forward. Now, to get forward, a little bit of advanced tactics is instead of, if you right-click any of these units, once it's a sword and start attacking, all the units selected will just blindly run towards and start fighting. I kind of want them to fight this area equally, so if you actually lock this group here, it'll keep their formation, but more importantly, it'll kind of give them the same group order. So this entire formation is attacking forward. It's probably one of the best hotkeys in the whole game. So much! And they don't really tell you. So it's kind of a bummer that they don't. Let's take a look at Dan the Ogre. I love the meat mallet and the hobble. That is just great. So it'll keep those guys leadership high. The main force. Scrag in his little pot. And would you want to be one of those little nobblers with the stirring stick? I don't know, it might be a good job. Just don't fall in, I guess. So the Ogre's going to charge forward. We'll buff the ogres. Again, we're going to battle these Leapless Lord unit, which might be tricky. We're going to be doing a lot of panning. Oh, okay. One of the units retreated, so we'll actually 3v1 this unit, so it feels bad for them. They've got towers shooting at us. I don't know where they've built them. But we'll just come over quickly grab that point. We've already taken care of those guys. Let's get everyone else in. This is a new spell, Wison's Wild Form, or Wison's Wild Form. It's another buff, so that's what an augment means, and it gives them more damage, they pierce through armor, and they have better armor. Having high armor piercing against dwarves is really good because they're usually very heavily armored. So we've got let's go to some meat. We've got the Gorgers causing a big ruckus. They're hams. Meat Alex going to town. We've got Regal Squad chucking daggers. So that flank's going pretty well. We've captured the point here, so we're actually going to pressure the main point with this army. And even if I wasn't fighting dwarves, which thankfully are already really slow, let's continue to buff our units here. Try not to get choke pointed as much as possible. I'm pretty sure this unit of their lord's unit of bodyguards can hold this my entire army of Nobblers for probably an eternity. So hopefully we'll break free soon. Okay, they broke free there, so we'll run into the point. Unfortunately, that's the side that's going to struggle, but we're going to capture the main point. We're going to break through here, debuff their leadership. The leadership is this white bar down here. It's already quite low. Once the banner's flashing, it's critical. And there's the banner means they're retreating. Now when they retreat, we'll get some free hits, which will also damage them, and might make it more better chance that they're broken like that unit and not coming back and wanting to worry about it. Again, the problem with this ogres or these Nobblers. I'm just going to break one off and have it come join. Taking some archer tower fire from that tower right there. It's really fun. We can't see where you can build, but you get a lot of different build options when you're defending. We're taking a couple of these points. Fortunately, our Gorgers, while not being very heavily armored, just being their muscles as their armor, taking quite a beating, but this should be okay. Captured that point. We're capturing points all over. I'm going to come with these units and capture this point. Basically just playing backdoor and getting all these points. If I do capture a point, I'll just move on to the next one. Have these people run up. Thankfully the Lord is broken. I was able to actually flank around with the unit of Nobblers. Also, something to keep in mind up here is this bar called Momentum. It starts out quite low and fills up. It was red, so it was starting to get up there pretty high. And it makes your army better. Now you actually get this every time you capture one of these supply locations, so that even there's more of an incentive to take this. Alright, so we got a decisive victory. Good amount of kills. Dan got 9. Regal Squad got 6 and Aslan got 0. Wonder why the names aren't there. Am I doing something wrong there? I don't know. I'll have to check the names again. Alright, so we got 3 food, also known as meat, 284 coins, and 938 experience. And we can occupy it. These icons up here tell you what happens when you pick a particular option. If you occupy it, they'll get very sad, minus 10 happiness or public order, whatever you want to call it, control is immediately reduced, and then you've got this instability which goes away, but it's almost like a cumulative. If you occupy it, you'll get a little bit of money, but they'll be even more upset that you loot and stole all their stuff before you settled into it. Sacking means you won't actually gain control of it, you'll just steal money, and raising it just burns it to ruins. This is part of our main settlement, so I want to capture it. It makes the political rest the lowest. It's part of our quest. We get $1,000 and a potion of toughness. It's actually going to be really good on our lord.
These peaks may not be the mountains of Morn, but there is no reason why an Ogre Kingdom cannot be founded here.
That's right. So he wants us to get control of a province. Usually it's your go-to for any campaign is to get your first province under control. So with him being a wizard, I guess we'll just keep buffing his wizard spells.
Thank you, Godmouth.
Okay, yep, it's still Dan the Ogre, Regal Squad, and Aslan. I guess it's during the loading screens it can get a bit, just reverts back to its old name. Alright, they've got a money building. It's pretty decent, I guess. I'm just kind of happy to have the territory. They've got an army there that's mustering outside their capital. We're going to go ahead and grab some ogres. You want some ogres? Yeah, we can support some ogres. I just want a little bit more muscle. Once our research is done in 2 turns, we can build that camp. But you're basically just on hold until you can get that camp built. Let's earn 5 big names. Okay, good amount of money for that. Also got that potion unlocked. I want to check to make sure we can equip it. It's not equipped, so we'll grab that. So when you open up the details tab of your lord, you get the magic items that you can look through. You can sort of by category is how I like to do it. Also the same with the ancillaries. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot to share. So none for you right now, Dan. Alright, so we recruited a bunch of units. Our lords retreated back. His lord has 6. Settlement is pretty scary, but not too scary. We've got so much leftover food. I almost want to go in here and offer to the Great Maw and get more melee attack. It's just going to make it so our army just hits so hard. Bloody raw. We're going to use our new food powers from the Great Maw and go take over this town. See valiant defeat. It's not great. We're going to do the scout terrain. It's a major settlement, so we're going to definitely have to keep an eye on that. I'm going to buff it up a decent amount. Auto-resolve, continue siege by battle break siege. It's definitely winnable. I'm glad we've got a couple extra units of ogres backing us up. So let's hop into this battle and take down some dwarves. Alright, and here we are. Again with the 10. It likes to give us 10. We'll channel magic again. We got lucky last time at 11. Ooh, not so lucky this time, so that's pretty brutal. So siege battles looks pretty cool. They got a lot of towers, gates, dwarven structures. Actually, the first time I think I've seen like a dwarven structure like this in the game. It just looks so good. You can still do a couple different ways. You can try to assault them all at one side and just kind of push in. You can do that with like a couple flanking units, make them spread them against the walls. Or you can just do kind of like even all the way across. The thing with ogres, at least I think so, it doesn't really explain it, but normally you'd have a chance to build siege weapons. So while you're sieging, you can build rams, you can build towers. Ogres actually can't like man equipment. They can't go up on the walls. They kind of are living battering rams, so they really don't need help in that department. I think just like bashing down the front door here with the ogre squad. Backed up with some leadership from our heroes. Ogres, once the gate is brought down, we will send them in like a pack of angry hyenas to go harass everyone. And we'll put the goblins, I guess we'll put them on a flank. It might help split up the forces. See, ogres, ogre cavalry, the saber tusk. Fortunately, cavalry in general is just not very good in sieges. I don't have much use for these. I guess you can just have them sit up there. Start battle. Pause real quick to kind of get a look out. They've got a couple archers on the gate, backed up. Yeah, they've got that chokehold pretty well set. Bunch of units here, so yeah, they reacted really well to what we've got going on. I'm gonna have the nobblers mount the walls, put on some pressure there. I'm gonna start immediately harassing their archers. Unfortunately for us, they've got the palisades. They're their advantage. So our missile units are kind of going to hit those more than anything. I'm going to try to have these ogres break down some walls. I think that's going to be really cool. Might help get through the walls quicker than we normally would. So we're going to have all the different ogres run and break down the walls. We'll have this guy run out with his friend. Hold back the cavalry. Well, let's just get started. We actually have an army ability called Stone Shaker. We only get this during the siege battles. It destroys building and siege vehicles. We can actually drop that down somewhere. I wonder if we like move the Gorgers up there.
I'll smell ya!
I'll buff the Novel Trappers. Normally they're not a great unit to buff. Interesting. I wonder why they're leaving their post. That's really strange. They're shooting at us. We'll have these guys go knock on the doors. Yeah, I believe the ogres can just hit walls. I think there's big boys. Yeah, there they are. Look like they're using their fists. It's kind of a weird animation. They're riding a horse. I've never really seen that animation. You didn't think they'd be doing much work to the wall, but it's still going down. There we go, we got that armor ability Stone Shaker. I'm gonna drop it down right there on the wall. Cool. Didn't do as much damage as I was liking, but maybe if we follow it up with the Gorgers, they will hopefully finish off whatever hit points we did. So yeah, we got all our little ogres beating on the walls. Looks like they're breaking formation somewhere else.
Claims another.
They don't have a lot to help us here in terms of offensive spells.
The
We
point
do
is
some
yours
buffs, but we don't
now.
have that much magic power. We are rolling down this wall somehow. one fist at a time. I guess Gorgers can't even attack walls. I wonder like what can and cannot attack walls. It's very curious. We're throwing some knives. Oh, they're starting to return fire. Hopefully they're still standing there when the wall collapses. Maybe it could be like Helm's Deep. That'd be pretty awesome. Let's go check on how our Nobbler's doing. I'm just gonna hit 3 twice. They breach the wall. They're fighting warriors. That's not great. Let's go back over here. His ability will actually might help. There we go. We'll charge in and fight them. Eventually, I don't know where they're really padded, so we'll go back to the Nobblers. Try to hit surround those as much as we can. Alright, we'll fight this engagements on the wall. Try to harass that unit. 2 heroes are trying to break down the gate. They've actually almost done it. Now we're going to hit these from 2 sides. The walls will breach there. See if we can take out the leadership. Throw some knives at the miners. That's where the fun begins. Let's get the Gorgers back to our original plan in the front door. We're going to get those guys to run up. These guys to run up. Actually, every time we ding, we're taking some form of their camp, which is good. Keep trying to push the gate open. So we're gonna have the ogres try to run down that barricade. He's doing is this wall breaker on a tower. Doesn't look like it, but we could smash that barricade. That'd be pretty cool. We're gonna hammer those guys. Give a leadership debuff. He's fighting the hit lord. Give himself a buff. Noble trappers. I'm trying to get them on the wall and use their own height against them. I'm gonna have these guys run in and help. I'm getting quite injured. I'll pop my potion of toughness, so it'll leave me. Quick pause. I just want to check because there's some units that are sleeping. So I'm going to run the ogres into the side of those archers. There's a trap there, which is kind of annoying, but we're just going to have to take it to fight the warriors. Getting these unit ogres in, which they're kind of using it against us. Oh, nice, we got the warriors in position. So hopefully we'll run in. We'll send 2 units to help our lord. The rest to go into the town. Looks like we've broken their warriors. Let's try to push down off the walls if we can. I don't know how these Nobblers are actually beating dwarves in any way. Usually they're pretty hardy, pretty hard to beat, especially on defense. But we'll just continue to do it. Still trying to make the high ground. We got the cats. So once the Gorgers come in, actually let's send the cats this way. If you double click and hold shift, it'll bring up that little Z shape. Go backward Z, and that'll let you shift the cube. Listen, in this fight is pretty cool. Fighting the warriors. Nobblers are kind of sneak by to get on the walls. We got the Gorgers coming from the back, which is awesome. Absolutely. I can't believe no one's wanted to name these guys because they're absolutely fantastic. We're going to attack the hero. We've got goblins from the side. A bunch of ogres. Hungry ogres. Chopper of entrails. Oh, it's pretty bad. Fuck them up. Again, I don't think this case can be used on towers. But I'm gonna try to use it on something else. Put it on the line here and see what everyone's doing. So fight those warriors. We need to fight the warriors. We need to break through. Because they're gonna have a lot of towers shooting at us. Alright, we're breaking over there, which is good. I knew that flank attack would. The tigers are sleeping. I'm gonna go try to take out this supply point if I can. Oh, sitting is a really weird location.
The Great Maw. Claims
I
are
wonder if I
never.
can run all the way over there and get their main point. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, so we got ogres doing ogre things. These are getting long hit points.
Slice
Really
the meat.
break through. We just need to go attack the barricade. Aslan needs to go over here. And run through. We got some nobblers fleeing. That's why they're grayed out. And it's only 5 left. Yeah, that's not looking good for them. I think they're also hit by a trap. They keep building these barricades, which is really slowing us down. I'm gonna try to do what I can to outmaneuver them.
Rampage. Scribe the slaughterer.
Alright, let's get all these
Master of
guys
the meat pot.
into attack.
Meat slaughter. The
Oh,
Maw.
our cats are mad. They're getting tired of being shot at. I was trying to sneak them around, but then they got mad. So
It's me, master.
let's flank with these units.
The meat. This way.
Poor nobblers. Yeah, we're getting some heavy casualties.
Oh yes.
I still think we can pull this off. I don't know how these gorgers just like walk through. The barricades mean nothing to gorgers.
The slaughterer.
Maybe they went around. Anyway, let's buff them. They're fighting some quarrelers up on this roof. Give them a good buff. The cats have finally got their sanity back. Let's see if we can send them on a suicide mission again.
This way.
Nobblers up. Try to blast the barricade.
Win supper.
These ogres are doing this so good. They're just now routing, but
When
they
do
were
we eat?
basically holding that entire flank
Hungry.
for us while the nobblers were
The Maw commands.
not doing such a good job of that. And so we've kind of broken them a little
Voice
bit.
of the Maw.
They're not having a great
Maw
time.
shows the way. Take it
So a couple units to hold
all.
the point. A couple units to push forward. Try to take the main point. Instead of the gorgers charging the warriors, let's watch it. Oh, I love the gorgers charging them. See if we need to do the front flail. Nope. Kind of running flail in around 11. A couple ogres fleeing. Taking the point here.
Me.
Taking the point, exactly. Taking any point will automatically destroy any buildings that have been built around that point. So it's a great way if you can't attack the towers, like for our example, our army's not very good at that. We can actually just run on the point and take it. And there's nothing much they can do about it. Keep going. Siegebreaker, Warriors are doing really well. Wish they were a little bit faster. We'll go chase the Warriors. Give them something to feast on. Take that point with those goblins.
Noblins attack.
Noblins attack! We attack them. We lost their ogre support.
Try nature.
I'll let those go rest. The quarrelers. These come from here. Our lord is still in pretty good condition, which is good. He's getting shot at. Though, which is annoying. Let's see, can I have this guy? One of him and this unit of bulls. Run over here and grab that point. We're taking that point, we're getting shot at, which is very annoying. I want to try to buff these ogres. So if you single click the spell, it'll activate it. But if you double click again, or just single click, so double click total, it'll tell you what it does. With overcast, it'll extend the effect, which is great. But also, you gotta be careful when you overcast spells, because every overcasted spell has a chance to hurt you. Alright, let's, we're just walking past those, but I don't really want to. Cast a couple spells, buff those gorgers, gonna hit the warriors over there. Should break them pretty good. Kind of ignore that and just run over to this point. And basically now we're just going systematically down the points. Yay! There we go. Okay, and there's some victory tickets. Yeah, there's like a victory ticket system, kind of like there was in other Total War games. So if you hold the main point for long enough, it'll even capture it from the defender, which is a nice touch. Alright, so there we have it. We got 6 food. 1954 gold. Bunch of experience. Well, hard fought fight. The Soon and Dwarf Warriors got 113 kills. They must have been fighting the Nobblers. All of our units are pretty beat up, but as long as they're not reduced totally to 0, they're still alive there, so it's good to see. How old do we do? Dean got 24 kills. Regal got 56 kills, and Aslan got 47. They're all crucial. Again, we're going to continue to occupy. We got a follower, Yeti Wrangler. Oh, that's pretty cool. Campaign movement range 7%. We want a lot of movement range. It stacks really well with our Lord, so definitely more the better. We got another potion of strength. We'll probably give that to our other hero, Dan. You can only give magic items like this to lords and heroes. That's why they're so useful as well to have. We got our first province. We completed this quest, which is why we got that spell shield, as well as $5,000. Now it wants us to take 2. So once you have more, you know, might as well keep on going. Got a couple skill points noted by the up arrow, so we'll check those out. Again, still not sold completely by these top perks. Actually, Whirling Stump Blades. That's a lot of damage. We'll do that. Also, Bone Crusher is a really fun perk. You've got a passive which heals people. This is the Brain Gobbler upgrade, which we already have, which lowers their leadership. This will actually give us some armor and missile resistance, which actually been really good in the last battle since we're getting shot so much. This is an AoE explosion, so some direct damage. That's what I'm really hoping for, so we'll grab that. And then we'll put a spell shield on him, so he'll be a little bit stronger. It's already got that new Yeti Wrangler. And then we'll put the potion of strength on Dan. Oh, forgot to level Dan up. Skills. The heroes have a slightly different skill set. They've got these bottom ones, which are actually their like campaign tree. So if you want them to do things down there, they still sort of save the same race or species up here with Luck Nobblers, Lookout Nobblers, Toothy Nobblers. You can upgrade. We'll just, I see him more being embedded in the army, so he's not going to be doing much of the campaign actions. Grab a couple of direct damage spells. We're pretty beat up. We're definitely going to need to take a turn to heal. We have a commandment available, as it told us on the bottom. So if we scroll over the commandments, we can pick 3. We can pick Crude Ingenuity. Give us minus corruption, which corruption is measured over here. Thankfully, we don't have any. Cheaper recruitment and better, more recruitment. We actually... it takes a turn for it to take into effect. So I don't know how long we're going to be in this town for. I want to kind of keep going. So we'll see. It's good if you like create a new lord and want to keep going with that. Chance of plague spreading 40%. That's the thing that Nurgle can do. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that. Income from 5 buildings. We're only making $200. Ogre income is mostly earned from battling. Feast for the strong. Control right here. Right now, it's not doing too well because we've been taking a lot of territory. Enemies are slower in our turn and we grow faster. That's just the best one. I absolutely love that one. I almost use it all the time. We got a duplicate building. We're about to upgrade this to level 2, which means we can get to level 2 building, which is really good. Usually you want to manage what low-level buildings you have, because your capital can usually have some really high-level buildings. That's not really how ogres work. So it doesn't really matter which one they go in, which is kind of nice. We're still kind of wounded. I want to get more Nobblers, so we'll do that. Let's open our diplomacy again with a quick deal. See if anyone wants to trade. No one wants to non-aggression. No one wants to trade. No one wants to hang out with me still. We'll keep working on it. One day we'll make some friends. So we're recruiting. One turn up for research. We're getting rid of a duplicate building. If you just hover over a building, right here's the demolished building. It'll give you a little bit of money back. So if you ever make a mistake, or you conquer a territory that you're just not happy with the way that it's laid out, you can always delete that. Alright, technology research. Camp huddle. A group of ogres having a conflab quickly becomes a huddle as more and more gather around them. Population surplus for newly deployed camps. Camp limit. Army ability dismember. Got no legs? Don't come crawling to me. Great.
Your kind is fabled for its fireside revelry. Set up a camp to serve as a base for operations far from home. From such camps come a resupply of meat, fresh forces, and control of the local terrain.
Okay, so they want us to deploy a camp. Recruit 20 units. I don't know the best place to put a camp. I'm pretty beat up. So what I think I'll do is follow the road up here, still in our own territory. Deploy a camp. It'll cost 2,000 gold in the camp slot. There it is.
fire.
Get 500 bucks back for it.
Your camps may be extended to provide greater support to your marauding forces. Give the word to erect more facilities from which hungry mouths may be fed.
Alright, so the camps can help with the food, constructing the camp building. This one lets us recruit ogres. It's kind of just basic. You can get rid if you want, but there's really no point. It'll level up to tier 5 with a lot of growth. And this is kind of what a normal building chain looks like, with your basic military going up all the way to tier 5 with stone horns with harpoon launchers, which sound incredible. Advanced military going all the way up to tier 5. You can get crushers and iron blasters and man-eaters. Absolutely cool units. Cannot wait to get some of those. Build a couple defenses, get some casualty replenishment rate and army abilities. This will give upkeep for units in the camp. These are sort of the infrastructure buildings. You got income, meat generated, meat gained from battles, spare tent. First and foremost, I really do want growth for these. Camp growth plus 10 is so good. So maybe we'll do that. But I immediately want to start getting this feast table because you might hit a point where you stall out and you can't generate food as often as, because right now we're doing quite well, but we're losing 16 a turn. And we're gaining 12, so that means we're losing a net of 4, which is not good. So we're moved up. We'll recruit some more units. Our income's not doing great. Oh, apparently we can recruit from the camp and the mountains. I don't know where I got tier 2 nobblers from. Maybe I think that's part of the building. So we'll get some more nobblers, Ziflin, some more knife throwers. We'll open up the leadership. Now we can either get income from raiding 50% or melee attack for ogre bulls. Get some whetstones for them, which is pretty good. It's letting us know there's a building upgrade available. Upgrade to a weapon pile, which will let us get better ogres. Tier 3 we can get the Gorger Haunt, which will upgrade all of our Gorgers, which is great. Any kind of special building will always be on the far left. It'll be purple. You can also notice that on the right of a town, you can see what climate it is just based on the picture. And then the color around it will tell you if you're like it. So if it's like chaos or middle of nowhere, they might not like living there as much, so it'll tell you that. Here's if there's any special buildings. Sometimes you'll see this for other armies that aren't ogres or whatever, and they'll be like, this is special importance to Empire. But you just want to look for the ones that have your location. And then we got a special resource for Tusk. Another time you see this special resource for Tusk, and this is another Warhammer 3 feature. You can actually see the special resources there on the left. It'll be under the resource button, and so it'll generate some money and some tusks. Those are usually a great source of income. Same here. We can actually get cinnabar mining pits, which always looks like pancakes. I just like to imagine we're mining pancakes. Take a couple turns to build those infrastructure buildings, but we got to spend money to make money. We've got the commandment in progress, helping with control. We're recruiting from our camp. The dwarves are also recruiting, so we're going to want to take them out and continue along our way down the road. Let's end our turn though.
Stop till everything's mine.
Alright, constructing the camp building, mission success, rewards Scarecrow Banner. Scarecrow Banner, somebody, probably not the Legendary Lord, it's probably one of my least favorite items. Oh, I don't even know where's it going. I guess you can't equip it, can you equip it? No. But anyway, it makes it so anything flying around them is lower leadership. Good for like ranged troops if they get attacked a lot. Alright, well we'll say finishing off the dwarves for next time. We took over both of the Karaks from the dwarves. So that was really exciting. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. Again, if you have any unit suggestions that you'd like, we've got another unit of nobblers that can throw. Regal, there's already 4 levels behind Regal Squad. A couple of Gorger units, a couple of Bulls. We got Aslan's doing great. And Dan the Ogre. Can't beat him. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Any support. If you want to continue to support me, you can follow me on Twitter. Or check out my Twitch if you're available, which is in the description below. Thanks, everyone.